Development starts with the human, people-led development. In this video, I'm going to explain the development strategy people-led development. Among other places, the strategy is successfully implemented in the Embu region in Kenya. This is Caroline. Caroline and her husband own a small property where they live with their children. They live in a rural area in Kenya, northeast of the capital Nairobi and southeast of Mount Kenya in Embu County at an altitude of about 1300 meters. On her property, Caroline cultivates a small garden and keeps 3 goats and chickens. The money from selling the goat's milk helps Caroline pay her children's school fees. She also earns some money by selling vegetables at a local market. But it hasn't always been this way. Caroline's agricultural and financial success stems from her membership in the Ngulikuma self-help group. The group consists of 17 members, mostly women, living in the same neighborhood. It was founded in 2014 as a part of Caritas Pld program in Embu. John Munene, the project coordinator of Caritas in Embu, explains to us what exactly Pld means.
Any development initiative that is not owned by the participants might not contribute to sustainability and the well-being of the people who are targeted. People-led is giving people a chance to design their own course, to dictate their own development path, to make people feel they are not observers, but they are participants in their own change.
In short, Pld can be understood as an aid to self-help and, in this example also, as a woman empowerment program. Members are encouraged to share and realize their own ideas with the group. In this process, they receive professional advice from experts from the Caritas in Embu who have studied agricultural economics and come from the same or an agriculturally similar region as the members. Caroline gives us an example of how the Ngulikuma self-help group implements their ideas.
What else can we do so that we can value add our cassavas, we can value add our vegetables from the kitchen gardens, we can value add the sugar canes that we plant. That is when some of our members came up with the idea of making the shoe polish like the one you have seen there. Some came up with an idea of making yogurt from the milk that we normally get the product from the goats. Some came up with the idea of drying the mangoes. Because you gave me a mango tree, what can I do with that mango? Some decided we can dry the mangoes during the dry season because there are no mangoes. Then we can consume those mangoes when there is no mangoes.
The main features and goals of Pld are a community-based development, constantly reflecting and analyzing the own economic activity, to find practical solutions and to exchange best practice examples, to exchange with other farmers and advisors, to build up assets together, to provide food security and to promote diet diversification, saving systems like merry-go-round and table banking. I will explain what this means later in the video. Farmers in Kenya often face the following problems.
So those are some of the challenges that are very key. Marketing, operating environment, especially the government policies. There are no subsidies for farmers, either those with big farms or even with small farms. Then again, capital to invest. We don't have capital to invest in farming. And therefore sometimes that is why you see the groups is a way of securing that support and financial support that is required very much.
With the help of Pld, different solutions were created. For example, lack of usable land can be reduced by multi-story cultivation. According to the project coordinator John Munene, creating investment capital for the group members is particularly crucial. Let's take a closer look to see how this works. One way to create investment capital is a so-called merry-go-round. This is a rotation savings system. The group agrees on an amount of money that each member pays into a community fund at each group session, normally once a week. After every session, a different group member takes a collected amount of money home. This money creates investment capital for the farms and households of the respective group member. The money is then spent on an agreed group target, for example, the purchase of water tanks. In this case, the money available each week is used to procure water tanks. This process continues until each group member has a water tank. Once a goal is achieved, the group agrees on a new goal, for example, the purchase of goats. The Nguli Kuma self-help group started collecting 50 Kenyan shillings, this is about 40 cents, weekly in 2014. From the money, chickens and 200-liter water tanks were purchased and a banana plantation was created. Since 2015, the weekly contribution has increased to 200 Kenyan shillings, about 170 euros, which made it possible to purchase the first goats. The second method of creating investment capital is called table banking. Table banking works like a private bank from which members can receive short-term loans. Like the merry-go-round, the group members pay a predetermined amount of money to a group fund at monthly intervals. If the group trusts in the borrower's ability to repay the money, they can borrow money from the table bank. All members have the opportunity to access a credit in difficult times or, for example, invest in livestock or agricultural resources before the season. These loans usually have an interest rate of 10% per month. The interest income flows directly into the table bank, whereby the available bank capital increases continuously. In 2014, the members of the Nguli Kuma self-help group paid 100 Kenyan shillings, about 19 cents, per month into the table bank. Due to the success of the PLD approach, the contribution could be increased to 200 Kenyan shillings, about 170 euros, per month. However, it should be mentioned that a downside of these systems is that the regular payments exclude the most vulnerable members of the community. Often it is widows, single mothers and farmers who do not have their own property and cannot pay even the small regular contribution. In addition, there is a risk that members leave the group as soon as they can no longer afford the contribution. Nevertheless, members of Nguli Kuma self-help group are convinced of people-led development. The approach improved the living conditions of the group members significantly. For example, with the help of PLD, the group was able to create a kitchen garden for all members, thereby expanding their diet from almost exclusively maize and beans to many other types of vegetables. Furthermore, a total of 164 chickens, 6 goats and 20 water tanks were purchased, 3 of the water tanks with a capacity of over 1,000 liters. For Caroline, these developments have a big impact on her life.
My life has really changed. From the time I joined the PLD, my life has changed. Even my husband is very happy because the family is consuming milk from the goat which I bought using the PLD money, and so even he's happy. My children are not sent away from because of school fees, and I'm very happy because even my chicks are growing, my hens are still giving me eggs, and I'm very happy because of PLD. I've really benefited.
Thanks for watching, and many thanks to the Caritas in Embu and the Nguli Kuma self-help group for giving us an insight into your work.